It's Storytime Tea, that's me, and today I'm here to tell you a story about a time where I decided to get Airbnb, okay? And this Airbnb was trash, okay? So, let me set the scene. It's a little ago, and at the time it's like summer, okay? And you know everybody and their mama want to go on vacation in the summer. Everybody like, oh, I'm on this break, or the weather feel good so I want to do this, and then there's all these events and da 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 da, okay? So me trying to get a hotel around that time was just ridiculous. I usually book stuff like a whole 8 months, a year in advance. Like, that's how extra I am. Like, whenever I want to go somewhere, I'm just like, as soon as the idea comes in my head, I'm like, let me just go ahead and book that right now. Let me just go ahead and get that right now, because I don't want to have to worry about it when it comes closer to. But when I had decided that I was going to go out of town, I kind of was deciding with somebody else. And so I was just like, until my friend get his plane ticket, I'm not going to book a place for us to go, because I'm booking a place based on both of our budgets and not just mine. And so I didn't want to get something and then I got something expensive, because I'm just like, and he just like, girl, no. And then I got to make up the difference because I decided to get a place that he didn't agree on. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to wait for my friend. I'm just going to wait for my friend and we're going to figure it out together. And so I got my plane ticket. Then like a couple months later, he got his plane ticket. And then it was just like a couple months later, we decided that we was going to get a place. So I was just like, all right, looking for these hotels. Buddy, every single hotel that I looked at for that time period, it was like, oh yeah, it's going to be $500. No, it's not a microwave in your room. It's not a refrigerator in your room, but it's going to be $500. And I'm just like, what type of hotel situations y'all got going on out here where I need to pay like $450 a night? And then y'all ain't even got nothing in there. Like, I'm paying $450 for cuteness. Like, I'm just like, what's going on? And so it's just like every single place that I looked at, they were just bugging. And then it was just like, the places that were cheaper were further away, whatever. And then I'm thinking about his budget and everything, and I'm just like, yeah, this just seemed ridiculous. I'm not even about to get a hotel no more. Mind you, the last time that we did it, we did go get a hotel, and it was mad convenient, and we was close, like everything was good. And so I was just like, bruh, I just wanted to repeat the whole process that we had the last time, but it was so much different. And I was like, I don't have time. I'm like, this is a new city, this is a new thing. I was just like, they hate us, forget it, we're gonna go to Airbnb. So I go to Airbnb. I'm like, let me look. I'm clicking all this stuff, and then it's like the Airbnb options are insane. It's like either I need to have a car, or like I just need to lower my standards at this point, because I'm just like, every single thing I look at, even the hotel, everything was just crazy. And I was just like, all right, y'all, like, this is just an L at this point. And it's cool, like, because I don't be planning to be in the place that I'm actually staying at much anyway when I go on certain vacations. Like, if I'm on vacation for like a cool 8, 9 or more days, then I'm just like, I'm gonna be in there at some point in time. But like, if I'm going on a trip for like 4 or 5 days or like less than that, I'm not about to be in there. I'm about to be outside the entire time. So I'm just like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. So then I sent him a couple Airbnbs, and then he was just like, these two are the ones that I think are the best or whatever, and they got the best price and da da da. I was like, okay. So I was like kind of low-key eeny meeny miny mowing the little joint to try to see like which one we was gonna go to. I'm just looking at it, I'm like, all right, okay, I think this one is better. And so it was like something that we had to do while we were out there. So I'm just like, well, it's close to this and we can walk from here to here. Yeah, I'm gonna pick that one. So then I picked the Airbnb. I'm looking at the pictures and everything. Everything seemed cool. It's like they got a whole kitchen, they got a microwave, they like, it's not a washer and dryer in the place, but it's one close. And I'm just like, I shouldn't need a washer and dryer anyway, but you know, it's one close. It's like one in the same little whatever. And so I'm like, all right, cool. And so I booked the Airbnb, right? Me and my friend, he wanted to go to work on that day that we was flying out, and I wasn't. So I was supposed to be getting there like, I don't know, like 2 hours before him or something like that. And mind you, I'm getting there late anyway, because it was like so much drama with my flight or whatever. And then I was at one airport for like 4 hours or something like that. Like, I never be having connecting flights, but on this flight in particular, I had a connecting flight, which is so ghetto to me. Like, I just want to fly straight there. Just let me go straight there. But they was like, nah, homie, you gotta go from here to here, and then once you go there, then you can go to your spot. So I'm like, bro, sitting there waiting. I think his flight had got delayed. Another one of my friends' flight got delayed, but they wasn't staying in the same place as us, so you know, whatever. But yeah, everybody's flights was getting delayed and everything. So I get to the Airbnb and I'm there before my friend, and I like put the little code in and everything. I'm like, well, it's cool because it got a gate, so I'm glad that it got a gate that you got to put a code into. So it's like, I feel more safe, I guess. Like, I guess it's cool. And then I go and then I put my little code into the door, and then I walk in, and mind you, it's like, when you first walk in, you know how like sometimes it's like a little baby hole when you walk in? So it was like a 3-foot hole or whatever when I first walked in. But I could see at the end of this hall, there was a bed. And I'm like, why do I walk in and as soon as I walk in, I see a bed? Why is it a bed right there? And so I'm just like, all right, Joe, I never been to this city. Like, this is new for me. And I don't know how y'all homes is set up. Maybe y'all like putting beds at the front door. I don't know. Where I'm from, we don't do that. But like, it was a bed at the front door. And I was like, this is not like a studio apartment, I didn't think. But like, that's what it was looking like. So I was like, this is my life. I don't care. I gotta walk in here. So I go, and it's just like, once I get to the bed, then it's like one big room or whatever, and then like across from the bed, it's like a table and a chair. Mind you, it was supposed to be like a little pull-out little joint for real. Like, it was supposed to be like a pull-out couch sofa type of situation, because like, I don't care about sleeping with my friends. Like, I know that they don't like me, and I know that I don't like them. So like, everything is great and we can sleep together. But also, I don't be knowing how people's situations be set up with their like people that they date or whatever. And I don't like drama. So I was just like, if I get this little sofa pull-out thingy, then he can sleep on that, and then I can sleep in the bed and everything would be cool. I don't really care. I'm barely gonna be in here. And so that's basically how I felt about it. But I'm looking at the chair, and the chair don't look pull-outable. That ain't a word, but I don't care. The chair did not look pull-outable. And I was just like, what's going on? And then I'm looking, and I look at the floor, and I'm like, what is this white substance on the floor? And I'm just like, why I look like crackled paint? So then I look up to the sky, I'm just like, bitch, is the ceiling falling through? So I was like, yo, there's like a mean crack, like a long crack in the ceiling. And I'm like, and that fan look mad unstable, not gonna lie to you. That crack is entirely too close to that fan. I'm just looking like, and so I'm like, all right. And so then I keep on walking because I just need to see everything. And then also, I'm not gonna say that, but I like to check and make sure there's no special visitors inside when I first walk into places. So I'm just like, well, let me go over to this little room, because there was another little room, like it was an open door. And I walked into the little room, and so the room is like a powder room type of thing. So it's like a table, a chair, a mirror on the table, and then like a big mirror next to that. So like you could like put your makeup on or something like that, and then like look in the mirror. It's like a big mirror, whatever. So yeah, that's how it was. And then connected to that with no door was the bathroom. And the bathroom was smaller than the powder room. And I'm just like, how y'all think that makes sense? So like, the bathroom is like this itty mini little room, and then like it's no trash can in there. And then like the shower looks fine. Like the build of the shower looks fine. But then like the floor of the shower looked like all my life I had to fight. I don't know. So I'm just like, what is going on? And so then I walk back out, because like I gotta go to each room in the house. But I checked the closet first, because the closet was in the room that had the bed and a chair in it. I checked the closet, and there's an iron board, and like a comforter and some sheets or whatever. Okay? And so I go into like the little dining room area, which was like the same size basically of like the little powder room area or whatever. And it had like 4 chairs in there, and then one of the chairs was just mad wobbly. Like the one that was closest to me was mad wobbly. I touched it and it said, I was like, yo, what's going on? and so I walked through that little room, saw again, like, where are the trash cans, okay? And so then I walked into the kitchen. I was like, okay, well, the kitchen looked like, you know, like a newer kitchen kinda, I guess, like in some type of ways, like the way that the counter was and everything. And you know, it was napkins, and it was like, you know, I guess it's fine, I guess. And so then I opened the refrigerator and it's McDonald's in there. And I'm like, it's old McDonald's in here. Why is it old McDonald's in the refrigerator? I know that old McDonald had a farm, but he should not be in my refrigerator. Why is this here? So I'm just like, did y'all even look at this place before y'all told me I can come in here? Because I'm very confused. I'm like, first of all, this is not set up the way that the pictures described it or the way the pictures looked. None of the descriptions of anything. This is not what it's supposed to be. But also, it's about a cool 10:30 at night or something. And I'm like, I know this Airbnb person is not woke. And like, yes, I have complaints, but also, what am I about to do? What am I about to do? And so I was just like, bruh, I don't know how this city is set up, and I don't know when stuff closes, and I don't have a toothbrush. So I'm about to get out of here. I'm like, I gotta go get toothbrush, and I also gotta go get this thing for something that I was trying to do. And so I'm just like, I have a couple of things I gotta get. I gotta get a toothbrush, I gotta get some soap, I gotta get something else. And I'm just like, I don't have time for this. Like, I left too much stuff at home by accident. And I'm just like, before the store closed, I need to get these things because I have to take a shower. Like, I was in the airport for like mad hours, like 7 hours, because I had to go to my first flight and sit in the airport for like an hour and a half. Then I had to go to my second flight, and I sat for like 4 hours. I'm just like, I'm gross. I need to get in the tub. And so I'm just like, I gotta go. And so I had left, and I like typed up a little message to an Airbnb person, but I accidentally didn't even send it to him. And so I typed up a little message for an Airbnb person. I go get my stuff, and I come back, and it looked like more stuff that fell from this ceiling. I tried to sweep up the stuff from the ceiling or whatever before I had left, because I was just like, I don't want my friend to come in here and be like, girl, what is going on? He picked the place too. It's not just my fault. But I was just trying to be courteous to him, so I like moved the little wiggly chair out of the way. I like tried to get like a little trash can bin situation set up, and I tried to sweep the little floor up because I'm just like, and so yeah, I tried to do something before I left. I tried to help so he won't be as confused and distraught as I was when he comes in here. But like, why am I saying the sofa, whatever? Why am I saying everything as soon as I walk in? So that was the main thing for me. Because I don't want to see the head of my bed as soon as I walk into my house. But it is what it is. So yeah, that's basically how it was. And I was just like, this is terrible. And so then I'm out all night with my friends. I'm having a swell del time. I had got in the shower, changed my clothes, whatever. My friend had came. He was just like, girl, I'm not going outside. And I was just like, bet. And I'm thinking the whole time I'm waiting for a reaction from the little Airbnb guy. The Airbnb guy never even got my message because it was just sitting in there. I was so pressed to get to CVS to get something from the store that I didn't even send a message. So I was just like, all right, hopefully he tell me that he can put us in a new place, or he can fix it. Something gotta happen, because this is ridiculous. And so then I leave. I never even made it back to the Airbnb that day. I was with my friends having a time and went to sleep at somebody else's Airbnb. I was like, dead. And so I woke up and I was like, dang, I wonder if the Airbnb person hit me back up. And so then I get a text from my friend, and he just like, girl, tell me why they switched out Airbnb out at like 8 a.m. They was talking about something. They had to do ceiling fan work and whatever inside the place. So they made me get all my stuff and go to this upper room inside this daggone Airbnb. And I'm just like, they woke you up at what time? And then I go look at my little messages inside the little Airbnb thing, and it was like, this is the new code to the door. We had put you inside of this place instead of that place because the ceiling fan was messed up in there and da 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 da. And so I was just like, so what you're saying is, you knew that the ceiling was falling out of the sky, and you just let us go in there anyway. Because it ain't like I had even made the complaint, because the complaint was still in my text when I went to it to say something. When I went to it to see what he said to me, it was still there. So I never sent it. So that means he knew that all of that stuff was messed up with the place, and he just let us go there anyway. So I'm mad, because I'm just like, bruh, what do you mean? And then you gonna wake my friend up out of his beauty sleep to tell him that he need to leave and go to another place when you should never even put us in there in the first place. I was so mad, but then I was just like, bruh, I low-key got a hangover. I'm just saying, I accidentally had something I shouldn't have had last night. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. Let me go ahead, get up, get all my stuff together, and then let me go to this Airbnb and see what's going on. And so basically we went to the Airbnb. Well, he was already there, but I went to the Airbnb and it was better. It was better than the last one because at least the ceiling wasn't falling out. It wasn't no old McDonald's. And he was not having a farm at my place. So that was good. And then they had coffee and they had mints and they had like more dishes there and everything looked more clean. Everything was put together. Like, it looked like the place that we had ordered. That's what it looked like. It looked like the place that we were supposed to be in the first place. The last place did not look like what it was supposed to look like. But this place did. And it basically was the same place. It just looked better. That's it. It was basically the same place, but it just looked better. As soon as you walked in, you wouldn't see the bed, which was my thing. Because I don't ever want to walk into anybody's place and see a bed. Why is the bed here? Get it in a room. So yeah, that's basically how it was. So I texted him. I'm just like, he was like, oh yeah, we can switch y'all back to y'all apartment whenever y'all ready or whatever, and we'll help y'all move your stuff. I was just like, boy, we're not going back in there. We're not going back in there. We're not. I'm just like, it didn't even look like you had cleaned up before we got there because it's fucking crumbs of ceiling on the floor and stuff in the refrigerator, and it wasn't no trash cans, and the tub looked a mess. Like, no, we're not going back in there. Shut up, get out of here. And so he was like, well, I guess it's fine that y'all stay in there, and it's gonna have to be. That was about to be my response, but I was like, I'm not gonna get smart with no little Airbnb guy. I'm not. And like, he was like a little old white man too, because I had saw him when I had came back in like that morning, and then he was just like, oh yeah, da da da, trying to talk me up and everything. I'm like, bro, don't try to be nice to me, because you really put me in that crazy Airbnb with the ceiling falling out, and you thought everything was cool, and you knew that it was falling out, so that just make it even worse. And where was the door? Where are the doors at inside your place? Why was it a door not on its hinges? Like, literally, they literally took the bathroom door. There was no bathroom door. Like, how? What if I wanted to poop? And I wanted serenity? like, what if I had to use the bathroom and my friend wanted to be in the mirror at the same time? You can't. You can't do it because there's no door dividing the bathroom from the other little one with the mirror and the table and the chair. So I'm just like, this whole situation was just a mess. And I never even wrote a review for it. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I never even wrote a review for it. And I probably should, because that was a mess. And there was no apology said. He just was like, girl, I'm white and you need me. So just be happy I let you stay here. like you, where was you gonna be without me? And I'm like, all right, Joe. So that was just mad annoying. And I feel like my money was wasted. Because, like, yes, I had somewhere to sleep, but barely. Like, it was crazy. And that's why I always go to hotels. But, like, you could get a bad hotel, too. That's the whole thing about it. So, you just never know. You just got to hope for the best. You got to hope that the pictures is real, that everything is updated, and that everybody's writing reviews, and that it all work out for you. Because you could go anywhere, and then it just be a mess. And next time, I'm going to go to a hotel, though. I am, and I'm not playing. Because they made me mad. And I was just like, this is ridiculous. So, yeah. I'm probably about to book that next month, to be honest. I'm probably going to book it next month. Just because I don't want this to happen to me again. I never expected to have a bad Airbnb. I only done booked like 4 Airbnbs in my whole life. And the other 3 were amazing. They was actually better than I thought they would be. So the fact that I came to this one and it was worse, I was just like, life is hard for me. So yeah, I don't know, y'all. Maybe check the reviews. That's gonna be the moral of the story. Let's check those reviews more. Let's see when the last time the review was done, and let's see if this Airbnb place has more properties than one. Like, is it just one apartment that he owns, or does he own the whole building? let's look at that. Let's look into these people that's doing this Airbnb thing, because it's not all great. And that was a terrible experience, and I don't want y'all to experience what I experienced, okay? I want better for my people. I want better for you guys, because that was like super not it. But that's the tea. And for me, Story Time Tish, the tea is over. Peace and love.